Hello there, this is Cheril Clarke from PhenomenalSpeeches.com, back with another video, and in this one we are going to discuss 2 tips for speaking with more confidence. I am going to give you some real-world examples to show you exactly what I mean in hopes that you can take action immediately. So, without further ado, let's just jump right in. And the first tip to appearing more confident and being more relaxed is to take up space. This means if you're in person and you have the room, go ahead and walk around the stage a little bit. Don't just plant in one area and stay there the entire time. That just screams, I'm nervous. If you can move around a little bit, if you can spread your energy around, that will help you come off with more confidence. It'll help you raise the energy in the room because now you're taking all of your passion for what you're saying and you're giving it to the audience. And to further illustrate this and demonstrate this, I want you to take a look at this clip from Carla Harris, who is a very well-respected, well-known executive for Morgan Stanley. And I actually was at this conference, I believe it was 2017 in Philadelphia, Conference for Women. Michelle Obama was there. It was just an amazing event, but I still remember Carla Harris to this day. Now check out this clip to see what I mean.
Are all about, but Jess and team have asked me this morning once again to get a little bit personal. They said, Carla, why don't you talk about the pearls that you would have given to your 25-year-old self just a couple of years ago. But so this morning, I'd like to give you the benefit of what.
Now you can see that it's not just that she's moving, she's using gestures. She's really giving the audience everything that she's got, and it shows. And it was just such a well-received speech that it really rocked the room. She's moving, she's gesturing, she's taking up space in a good way. She is really giving everything she can. Trust me, you can do this. If you've put in the time to make sure what you're saying to your audience is of value and you know that they're going to benefit from listening to you, then go ahead and take confidence in that and own the room. Walk around, take up space, share your energy with them, leave them uplifted, leave them motivated. This is what you should do, and you will definitely appear more confident. Now, there is one thing to note, and to be completely honest with you, men do have a little bit more leeway when it comes to taking up space, particularly if it is seated. Let's say it's a fireside chat or some other kind of thing. Maybe it's a pre-recorded video. Men can spread out a little bit more without it becoming an issue. Check out this clip of Pranav Yadav, the CEO of Neuro Insights, to see exactly what I mean.
The world has figured out many ways to go from 5,000 ideas to 5. But even the most sophisticated companies use the most unsophisticated tools to go from those 5 to 1.
Now, notice how he's seated, how his arm is out. Notice how he's a little bit back, and he just looks at ease. He just looks comfortable and confident. And with him being seated in this position, it also leaves room that if the person he's speaking to says something really interesting, he can lean forward and take up even more space through that, using that movement. So keep that in mind as you are moving throughout your presentations, fireside chats, or whatever it is that you're doing. And that's tip number 1, take up space. Tip number 2 has more to do with your content than your appearance and what you're doing in stage or in front of the camera. And that is to start with factual information before you make any bold claims. This is a technique that I picked up from Brent Pendivic, the author of the 3-Minute Rule. In his book, he suggests a strategy called inform to lead, and that's what I'm going to focus on right now for tip number 2, which is inform to lead, aka start with your facts before making any big claims. Back to the example in the book that Brent gives, and he uses a comparison with Katy Perry as the subject in front of an audience. He tests out 2 ways to do this. The first one opens his talk stating that Katy Perry is the greatest ever. Now he does this, he has a big picture of Katy Perry up, and right away he could see the dismissive body language from everybody in the room. He could tell they were building up a wall of defense because everybody has their greatest singer, who they think is the greatest singer. And no matter what he was going to say next, because he chose to open his speech that way, he was already climbing an uphill battle. He even gets into an older lady who says, boy, you must be out of your mind. Tina Turner is the greatest singer of all time. And everyone got a quick chuckle out of that. So then Brent says, okay, if you'll allow me to start a different way, I want to demonstrate something for you. And this is where he goes into his inform to lead strategy. I'm actually going to switch and just play a tiny sample of the book. And this time he starts with the facts.
I put up the picture of Katy Perry again. I'd like to introduce you to one of my friends, Katy Perry. I know you know her and her music, But there was a lot about her career I didn't realize till I spent some time with her. Then I told a short story about Katie's career and proceeded to bullet point out some simple facts one by one. First female to have 5 #1 hits on one album, which is a record that's second only to Michael Jackson. First artist to have multiple billion-view videos. 8 Guinness World Records. Record for most streamed single. Record for 69 consecutive weeks at #1. Record for 18 consecutive #1 hits. No one is even close. One of the top-selling female artists with over 100 million records, and the highest-grossing female artist 6 times. I turned to the audience. You know what I'm going to say next, don't you? I walked straight over to Jamila. Do I even need to say it? She just smiled and gave me a little fist bump. I turned back to the audience. Just think about how much closer you are to my statement now. Don't state and prove. Inform and lead.
So the point of presenting in this way is that you won't have to convince people of anything. They will come to the conclusion that you want naturally and on their own if you have given them the information in a specific way. And if you're wondering why I chose this particular example for a video on confidence, it's because if you know that you're going to deliver something extremely valuable to your audience, it should automatically make you feel more confident and excited about doing it. And other things just become about technique. It just becomes a little bit about how you change the structure of what you're doing. All right, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you got something out of it, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.